Alright, in this video we're going to talk more specifically about the formation card and the set of steps that you follow when you do draw a formation card. As an example, I've got the Charlie 111 card that's associated with this formation over here set out onto the board. Now there's a very specific set of steps that you're going to follow in order when you draw a formation card. Those steps are going to be refresh step, missile reload step, command and leader status step, disruption removal step, offboard artillery strikes, and then any actions by the active unit or stacks. Both offboard artillery strikes and actions by active units will have their own video series covering how you're going to resolve those steps specifically. Okay, when it comes to the refresh step, that is a very easy step to understand. First one that you're going to take care of, and all it is removing all of the ops complete and out of command markers from your formation. So looking at this formation here, any units that have the out of command marker or this ops complete marker will have those removed at the very beginning of the step. When it comes to the command step, there are a few different things that happen during this portion of the game. Leaders can be transferred between units of the same nationality in the same hex. The active HQ can be deployed, and all hexes with active units are going to be checked to determine their command status. When it comes to leader units like Colonel Tracton here that I have set out, they can transfer between units in the same stack, so they have to be in the same hex. If there were multiple M1 Abrams in this hex, for example, Colonel Tracton could transfer from one to another in the same hex and apply his bonus to whatever unit that he's attached to. Do keep in mind this doesn't count as an action, so transferring from one unit to another in the hex would not get a ops complete marker. Once any leaders that you're transferring have been transferred, that's when you're going to deploy any of your HQs to the map. Now, an HQ is always going to be in one of a number of different positions. They're either going to be on the map stacked with a friendly unit like this HQ is, or they're going to be off map in the friendly HQ holding box, or off map in the friendly suppression holding box, or off map in a retained end of operations card. If an HQ is in the suppression holding box, they cannot be deployed during this step. They're going to be moved to the regular holding box during the subsequent marker removal phase during the turn that you're playing. If the HQ is already on the map, though, deployed to a unit, it can transfer to another unit in its formation. However, they do have to take and trace an unbroken line of hexes from the hex they're in to the hex that they're going to. It can't contain enemy units or impassable terrain. So if our HQ was located here, it could transfer to any of these other units in its formation. However, if it were surrounded by enemy units or impassable terrain that it could not trace an unbroken line of hexes, then it would not be able to transfer and would have to remain in the hex that it's currently in. If the HQ doesn't start on the map, but is instead off map in the regular holding box, then it can be deployed to the map to any friendly unit in its formation. There is no need to trace a line of hexes during that. It can be to any unit in its formation if it's being deployed from its own holding box.